can I give a little introduction to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we do a little show. This is one of the best photographers I've seen, and he's been published in Polaroid books, and he's had album covers. He actually, I don't know if you guys know the rap group Griselda, but he did the cover for one of the artists of Griselda and Eminem. So I know you guys know Eminem, I hope. Clap your hands if you know Eminem. Cool. But yeah, he's going to talk about some of the covers he did, some of the books he's been published in, and just give a history of how he started.
Yeah, nice to meet all you guys. Basically, I've been taking pictures. I've been taking Polaroid pictures for like 10 years. And when I started as a photographer, nobody really tries to help you or put you on any kind of guest list, or you wonder how you could get close to these people that you want to take pictures of. I basically just snuck into everything. You know what I'm saying? I basically bought bags of ice, act like I'm like working at the bar, and I go backstage and things like
Dave?
that.
You know Dave? Yeah, you know Dave.
But Polaroid has been such a big part of my journey. I was able to land album covers like this that I hand painted, and I created an OV strip with actual mini Polaroids, not Instax. These are actually Polaroid products. So they used one of my Polaroid images, and they chopped off the Polaroid border, and I got kind of upset. So like 3 years later, they said, we could send you these and recreate the cover how you want. So I basically recreated them, put a border back on them, and it's been published. You know, it's been published. All of this with just myself, no PR, no help, no nothing, you know? Hold on. 147. This book ain't even out yet.
Oh.
You know? The name of the book is called Unobtainium. Look up the word Unobtainium. This book, you guys probably won't even come across it. It's like a secret kind of book. But there you go. That's what's in there, you know what I'm saying? I made that with my bare hands.
Do you want to talk about how you got into like Polaroid photography, especially in the beginning?
Yeah, I used to be a loan shark in the hood, you know what I mean? If somebody wanted $1, I wanted $2, if I gave you $1. And slowly those people passed away, so I couldn't buy records, and I couldn't get autographs. So I bought a Polaroid camera for $25 on eBay, and just went canvassing the city for film, and just literally watch people's algorithm to see where they were at, and I'll just pop up. You know what I'm saying? I took pictures of George Clinton, took pictures of politicians, wrestlers, actors, all types of people that I just met. I started like in 2014.
And you had never done really photography before that at all.
My mother used to take Polaroids back in Ecuador and stuff like that. So, you know, when I couldn't get vinyl signed and I couldn't afford it, I was satisfied with getting autographs on Polaroids. You know, that's how I would get my autographs. And I also went on tour. They used one of my pictures at the tour. In every state, I sold a picture of the woman, God rest her soul, Claire. You know, she was a very important figure in Buffalo, New York, and they used my image for the tour, and they let me sell the images on tour, and I was able to survive for that whole month all across the city. I priced these at $100 a piece. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. You know what I'm saying? They go for like $450 now. $450, $500. I had one for every city. This the Laker one. I just found these in like moving around the boxes and stuff like that. But I just want to show you guys some other album covers. I took a Polaroid of that. That's an album called Rap Money. These are like cult albums, like cult hip hop underground albums. You have to know about them to own these. You know what I'm saying? It's not regular stuff.
It's kind of crazy, the vinyl things, because they'll make, I don't know, 500, 300 of them, and then immediately on eBay they'll go up for $5,000. Vinyls are back like it's the 70s. It's crazy.
So at first, to take it to the next level, I thought to myself in my room, right? I'm taking pictures of all these people that make music. How can I curate an album of people I took pictures of? So I dropped a compilation album with my daughter right there in my arms, and I'm holding a Polaroid gun. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like drying off the Polaroids like drug money. But yeah, that album is produced by a real special individual named 38 Special. He's an underground legend. He produced the entire album. Fast forward, this is my first album. This album right here, I actually recorded at Harvard. I was able to get a lot of the underground artists articles written in Harvard.
You should start from the beginning of how that all started.
So some Harvard students showed up to one of my concerts. I also throw concerts, and they were huge fans of what I was doing, and they came to the concert and they interviewed me for the Harvard Crimson. And I told them, how the fuck can I throw a concert in Harvard? They were like, nah, there's too much politics. So I said, can I get some articles written about these dudes? So I did a little bit of social reconstruction, you know what I'm saying? So whenever they go back to those books, they'll see that I stomped around that shit, you feel me? I never thought I could walk around Harvard. I thought that shit was like Hogwarts, you know what I'm saying?
And they invited us back for the 50th anniversary, and 1000 threw a whole event.
I threw a whole event.
And they made an album in one day for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop at Harvard University.
That was, key point, I celebrated the 50th year of hip-hop in Harvard with people with felons, you know what I'm saying? With convicted felons. People that are trying to make a fucking difference in their life, you know what I mean? I'm from the South Bronx. I'm from Hunts Point. That's the butthole of the Bronx, where the doo-doo at. You know what I'm saying? So to do things like this is very special, you know what I mean? You could Google my name. All the articles that got written are popping up on Harvard the Crimson. You can check it out.
But I think you should, I mean, it was a whole thing. You had the articles written, and then he actually had, one of the major labels, Atlantic Records, reached out to 1000 Words, and this is all off of photography. That's why it's cool that he's here speaking with y'all, because it shows what photography can do. Yeah, make some noise for him, everybody.
Thank you, appreciate you guys.
You just wanted to take pictures one day. You wanted to take Polaroids, and that led to Atlantic Records, one of the major labels, reaching out to you and asking him to do this album at Harvard. And they made it in a day and put it out through a major label, all independent, coming from taking Polaroids, really.
Dedicated to my mother, man. I didn't graduate from Harvard, but that's my baby picture, and they painted the Harvard cap and gown on it. So if you got these kids wearing all this street clothes and thinking that they from the street, I can fuck around and fake it like I graduated from that bitch, you feel me? So yeah, we ghetto Harvard alumni out here, you know? But to me the Polaroid is the actual time machine. To me. Because like, when all this shit crashes, we'll have our Polaroid images. You feel what I'm saying? And I can look at my images and it'll take me to that time. Or it'll take me to that experience of what I had to go through to get that image, you know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. So I take taking Polaroids very serious, you know what I'm saying? I don't I have to want to take somebody's picture, you know what I'm saying? Not just somebody walking up on me and say, hey, you got a camera? Take my picture. Like, nah, I don't do shit like that. But,
did you have a connection to Polaroids when your mom was taking pictures when you were younger? Like, did you feel a connection to it?
Yeah, my mom used to kind of do the same thing I did. She used to wait out of like the hotels and try to get like celebrity signatures.
Oh, really?
So, you know, I don't know, it kind of like trickled down to me, you know? I just, you know, I grew up in a place where, you know, we ain't had no cable, we ain't had no TV, we just had a radio, and I would make my cassette tapes on with like the dollar tapes and just make the mixtapes and think about when I will meet DMX or when would I meet Jay-Z or when would I meet this person. Like, they're not driving around my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But I met all these people.
Last night,
all because of Polaroid products. So people ask me all the time, you know what I mean? Polaroid just got to keep making film, man, and I'm gonna keep shooting, and that's it, you know.
You should tell the story about DMX, because that was I feel like that's like a key story to how what Polaroid means to you and how that worked out.
I'm gonna tell that one, but I want to really share a personal one. I had a friend of mine call me during a concert, and he was suicidal, right? He called me and he was crying. He was like, yo, bro, I'm tired of life. I'm tired of the way people are treating me. I'm tired of everything. So the concert ended, and I was at his favorite artist's concert. He wasn't listening to me. You know, I know the capacity of my friend, and I know he was serious. So I ran back to the venue, and I cut the meet and greet, and I told the artist directly in his face, I said, I have somebody on the line that is on the edge. And he looked at me and he understood. He took the phone and told my friend to come to the venue and get a hug. And that artist is Rakim, the God. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? The God MC. And he can attest to that. So, back to that, you know, my friend is here. And my friend thanks me all the time. And I don't tell him, you don't gotta thank me, bro. Because I wish you could do that for me. You know what I'm saying? He has in different situations. You know what I'm saying? But back to DMX, man.
That was a beautiful story. That is a beautiful story.
Rest in peace to DMX, man. I met DMX in the Bronx, man. I'm from the Bronx, and he performed in one of the worst spots in the Bronx. And it was packed. And I had no access to that either. I showed up early. I snuck in. DMX wasn't signing no autographs. He was like, I'm not signing no autographs, yo. So I was like, can I get a Polaroid? He was like, hell no. So some firemen came, and they were like, yo, let me get a Polaroid with DMX. I was like, hell yeah. So I took a Polaroid of DMX with the firemen, and then I said, yo, X, can I get one of you? He said, yeah, let's do it. So I took the picture of DMX. Once I took out the marker, nah, I'm not signing that. So I was a little heartbroken because autographs is my thing. He performs, I'm on stage with him. I'm about to leave, and two of my hood homegirls pull up out of a cab. And they go, yo, 1000, what you doing here? I'm like, yo, I'm here for DMX. They were like, where DMX at? I was like, he's right there. He was like, yo, Earl, get out of the truck. And Earl comes out, DMX. He's like, baby, what up? He's like, Earl, what the fuck you doing, man? Let's go get drunk. He was like, yo, we about to do that. I was like, yo, can you tell DMX to sign my Polaroid? She said, yo, X, sign this. He said, anything for you, baby. He signed it. You know what I mean? So I was able to get my signature, you know what I mean? Yeah. DMX is a huge inspiration for me, you know what I mean? As much as the people I take pictures of. In order for me to take pictures of people, I have to feel inspired by them. Even if I eavesdrop in a conversation and I hear that you're doing something dope, I'm gonna want to take a picture, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my particular way of taking pictures, you know?
And you like that because you ended up throwing a show in the building that you grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't got no sponsors and nothing like that, right? I turned the neighborhood building that I grew up in, that I live in now, I turned it into an art gallery. And I turned it into a concert venue. So I live in a building that's 5 floors, dead smack, like Hunts Point, you know? And 5 floors were covered in art. People came and bought art off young artists that painted, and they were so happy. I took Polaroids of everybody.
Each floor was a different artist that would set up the gallery. Yeah.
And I threw a full-blown concert. And the police didn't come till like 9 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I did it without any permits. I do everything by all means, man. Don't let nobody ever tell you no, man. You know what I'm saying? When somebody tells you no, just, you know, oblige by the rules and do what the fuck you gotta do, man. Get it done.
That's the artist way.
Because you just gotta get it done. It don't matter who says what, you can't be here. Says who, dog? I'm the motherfucking culture, man. You here because of me. You feel me? That's how I feel. I love all of you guys, man.
This is the motherfucker, though, excuse my language. I'm so glad we don't have the sign language woman, because I was like, we can't keep, like, not swearing, right? I don't want her swearing in sign language while we're talking.
Yeah.
Is she back? No, she's not back. Okay.
She probably gave up.
She just, yeah.
But this was a special album cover for me. This album's name is, this artist's name is The Hidden Character, right? That represents the pure darkness of the type of music that he makes. So when we created that image, I actually put a shirt over his head, put a hoodie over and covered his Nike logo, and we created something that's like a triple black diamond, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of this one, you know what I mean?
You don't take no for it. Like, if you want to get a picture of someone, you wait for the perfect time. That's like a big, I'll be like, yo, he's right there, you want to grab a picture? And you're like, wait.
And this is with Conway the Machine, man. Shout out to my man Conway, shout out to Nicholas Craven, you know. To have your picture used and it's printed on a vinyl, son, that I see my mom use, you know,
And you
It's
didn't
very
even
special,
know,
man.
You didn't even know that picture was getting used.
Yeah, nah, I saw it on Spotify. But throughout this whole journey, I've been able to do shows, and I kind of cracked the code for myself from going to different states and taking pictures of different artists at their home. I've been across all the United States. I actually just book all those artists I want at a show and take pictures of all of them. And that's it. I don't have to do anything else anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just let the people just come to these events and I let other photographers get their portfolio up too. You know, so we all help each other out, you know.
You might have seen us pulling around with 2 other photographers. You're big about letting photographers help other photographers, like, get pictures.
Yeah.
I don't, like, I'm a comedian, I'm not a photographer, but I mean, you really are big about that. Like, come on, get your picture in now, get your picture in now.
Because nobody helps you. Nobody helps you. Nobody helps. They act like they help, but nobody helps. That's why I had to sneak in. That's why I had to fight off bouncers, fight off other people, you know what I'm saying? I remember asking a lady, how can I get a job taking pictures backstage? She said, I don't know. How do you reply to that? Oh, okay, thank you, bye, right? You gotta do it by your own, man. Study the perimeter, get there early. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you free gems, man. Soak them shits up.
Pretend you work at the venue.
Yo, if you gotta get a chef apron to get inside that rock concert, get that chef apron, man.
Get a sticker printer in your car, print out a fucking name badge.
You wanna go to that reggae concert, go get a bag of ice and some liquor, be like, yo, I'm taking this to the bar. And you get in. And you get in. I've done it all, I've climbed. You remember when COVID happened, right? They had a concert, summer stage, you had to show your COVID card, you couldn't get in. I'm climbing over the fucking bushes, man. I got in them shits, you know what I mean? But all I want to say is I want to thank all you guys for sitting here. I want to thank Polacon for having me, man. It's my first time here. This is really dope. You know, I'm here with my lady. I'm here with my friends. I'm here with a fucking amazing comedian and amazing friend, my man Sam Buck. You know, I brought these people because I'm comfortable talking around these people. I don't really like talking to people. I don't really like sharing any kind of information because nobody's really that genuine. You know what I'm saying? So I feel genuine enough that I got genuine people around me, and you guys decided to sit here. I feel genuine about the whole situation, man. So thank you guys for sitting here, and I appreciate you guys. Oh, some questions.
Yeah, we'll definitely take questions. We'll definitely take questions.
When you shoot close, you shoot one with your gun, or you shoot one and then one with your
You
I
never
wish I
let
could
people
do that.
take your picture.
I wish I could do that, but only when they ask me. Like, yo, let me get one. I'll be like, cool. You know, because, you know, Polaroid is expensive for me.
I know.
For me. You know, for me. So I tell them, are you cool with me taking a picture? I just scan it and I'll send you the uploaded file. That's all I tell them. And if I know that it's somebody that I really, really want their picture, if one picture's not gonna hurt, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't like the people that walk up to me and go, yo, you got a camera? Can you just take this? No, I can't.
Not those folks.
Yeah. But yeah, man, George Clinton to me was amazing, man. All colorful and everything. I was like, George Clinton? He said, what's up, baby? You know, took a shot. I met him in Queens.
So the album that you're shooting, are you shooting in the studio or are you just shooting in the studio?
I have pictures of all the artists I took pictures during that experience. I have some kind of footage, but a lot of the people that are on the Harvard album and all of my albums, you can find them on my social media. I have pictures of them. There's articles on these guys and stuff like that. This is a double album. It's 20 songs with like 40 people I took pictures of, bro. This is not I met everybody here. It's not somebody like, yo, can we do this? Can we do that? This is all organic. You know what I mean? So I'm very proud of myself for that.
But were you asking, like, taking pictures in studio versus, like, meeting people on the street?
Oh, no. So like I said, like if we're here, I try to canvas where I get the best light. So I'll use that white wall, that brick wall. I'll wait till an artist walks a certain direction, and I already know where I want him to take the picture. So I go, yo, can I get the picture of you right here? Yeah, cool. You know, nobody wants to walk across the hall, you know? So I just wait. I wait till they're like, you know, yo, can I get a picture of you? Yeah, sure.
But one of his favorite artists of all time, we were driving his mom to like a doctor's appointment.
Oh.
And we saw him walking down the street, rest in peace, Khan.
Oh.
And we pulled over, and that picture ended up. So you never know when you're gonna get it.
So-
I mean, you probably.
So I took care of my mom for like the last year of her life. Rest in peace, she had dementia, you know? And, you know, if anybody who deals with dementia, you know, it's like the most horrible disease ever. You know, it turned my mom against me. Not that she was against me, but mentally, you know, it was punishing, you know? But I decided to take her to concerts too. I decided to get her picture taken with a whole bunch of celebrities. I got my mom's picture taken with like KRS-One, West Side Gun,
On
Rock
New Year's
Martin,
Eve, right?
on New Year's Eve. Rest in peace, Brownsville Cop. You know, he took a picture with my mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brownsville Cop, but he is a super legend, a super poet, and he's not here anymore. And I'm very upset that he's not here anymore. And a lot of people are too. But
he doesn't take pictures.
he
That's
doesn't
like a
take
big
pictures.
thing.
He's very illustrious, and you know, I was able to get that picture. You know, when people said I couldn't, people say you will never meet him. I was able to get it
With your mom.
with my mom.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, mama.
Where were we at? Rest in peace, Mama Words. Remember when we were at the club and Gunn walked right up to you and your mom?
Yeah.
And the first picture he took on his album release party
Yeah.
was with Mama Words.
Yeah, my mom became like a community celebrity. You know what I mean? And I kind of did that because she didn't know what was going on. I just felt that the energy of the people showing me love would translate to her. You know what I'm saying? And it did. But she forgot about it, you know what I mean? But it did for like 15 minutes. Because after I did all these events to celebrate her, I asked her how did she feel. She said she feels amazing. And then the next day, she don't remember anything. She was like, what party? You're always talking about parties. We don't do shit. I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm sorry.
And she ended up doing the intro to your album.
And she did the intro to my album too. You know, so it's very special, man. This album's dedicated to her. This one's dedicated to my daughter. You know, maybe the next one will be dedicated to me. You know, but these are all people that my mom's not here no more. I wish she was sitting right there. You know, so if you got your moms or you don't got your moms, I'll give you a hug. If you haven't called your mom, call your mom, man. And if you got a bad relationship with your mom, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's only one mom, man. You know what I mean? So hug your mom when you go home, man. Or call her. You know, let her know you love her, man. Because you know you here because of her. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say anything on my pops, but.
Any other questions that people have?
Yeah, any other questions? If we all good, we wrapped up, right? We're going 30 minutes, man. But thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys.
Big round of applause for 1000 Words. Big round of applause for Polacon. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Thank you, Buck. Of course. Thank you, my brother.
Peace, everyone watching.
Yo, my bro.